In the tranquil coastal town of Blackwoods, where the rugged California shoreline met the boundless Pacific Ocean, the year was 2002. As the sun dipped below the horizon, its fading light cast long shadows across the sandy beaches, painting the sky with hues of crimson and gold. Lawrence is a fearless 19-year-old surfer with sun-bleached hair that seemed to catch fire in the dying light of day. His heart, as fast and deep as the ocean itself, was filled with dreams of conquering the untamed waves. As Harry paddled out into the azure waters, his surfboard cutting through the waves with grace and precision, a palpable sense of anticipation hung in the air. Little did they know that beneath the tranquil surface a primal conflict was brewing, a clash of titans that would test the very limits of human bravery. Lurking in the depths, hidden from the view of all, was a creature of immense power and terror, the legendary Old Scars. This great white shark had earned its name through countless battles and encounters over the years. Its massive form, adorned with scars that told stories of past victories, was a testament to its dominance in these waters. As Harry rode the waves with an artistry that seemed to defy gravity, he was blissfully unaware that Old Scars was lurking beneath him, drawn by the vibrations of his surfboard and the scent of adventure that clung to him like salt on the breeze. The tension in the air grew tense as the two titans of the sea closed in on each other, each driven by primal instincts and an unwavering determination to dominate. In a heart-stopping moment, Old Scars breached the surface, its massive jaws snapping shut just inches from Harry's board. The spectators on the shore gasped in unison as they witnessed the perilous dance between man and beast. With lightning reflexes and a surge of adrenaline, the young surfer leaped off his board, narrowly escaping the predator's deadly grasp. His heart pounded in his chest as he gasped for breath, his adrenaline-fueled escape leaving him exhilarated and vulnerable in the turbulent waters. The battle had truly begun. Harry knew he couldn't hope to outswim the great white shark, but he possessed something equally powerful: unyielding determination and the ability to outthink his opponent. With resolve burning in his eyes, he began to swim toward the jagged rocks that lined the shoreline, the shark in relentless pursuit. Old Scars was a formidable sight to behold. Its sleek, powerful body cut through the water with deadly precision. Its dark, unblinking eyes seemed to hold the ancient wisdom of the ocean itself. The spectators on the short watch in awe as the drama unfolded before them, the moon casting an eerie glow over the tumultuous sea. Reaching the rocky sanctuary, Harry clung to the rough surface, his fingers aching from the effort. The great white shark, undeterred, continued to circle the area, its cold, unblinking eyes locked onto its prey. Harry knew he had to keep the shark's attention focused on him, protecting the other surfers who had now become aware of the impending danger. As the moon ascended higher into the sky, casting a silvery glow over the tumultuous sea, the epic battle between man and beast raged on. The waves, once a playground for surfers, had transformed into a battlefield where courage and strategy were the weapons of choice. Every move Harry made was calculated, every breath measured, for one wrong step could lead to his demise. Hours turned into an unrelenting night, but Harry refused to yield. He had ventured into the great white's territory with a profound respect for the ocean and its creatures. Eventually, as the first light of dawn pierced the horizon, Old Scars, the great white shark, made a decision. Whether it was Harry's unwavering determination or a newfound respect for the young surfer, the predator turned away, disappearing into the fathomless depths of the ocean. Harry stood battered but victorious on the rocky shore, his courage having triumphed over the relentless might of the sea's apex predator. Harry Lawrence had not only survived an encounter with one of the ocean's most feared predators, but had also forged a profound connection with the sea that would last a lifetime. His life had been forever changed by this heart-pounding encounter. As the sun rose higher, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, Harry stood on the beach, a hero and a storyteller. Blackwoods would forever remember the legend of Harry Lawrence, the surfer who stared down a great white shark and lived on, a testament to the enduring spirit of those who dared to challenge the mysteries of the deep. In the year 2020, off the coast of Florida, in the azure waters of the Atlantic Ocean, a young man named Ethan Douglas found himself aboard the luxurious cruise ship named Ocean Serenity. Ethan Douglas, an 18-year-old with a passion for marine biology, had always dreamt of exploring the mysteries of the ocean. His sun-kissed skin and windswept hair bore testimony to the countless hours he had spent by the sea. As the cruise ship sailed further from the Florida coast, Ethan's excitement grew. He longed to dive into the depths and witness the ocean's wonders up close. The ship's captain, Captain Reynolds, had shared tales of a legendary great white shark known as Black Beast that roamed these waters. The creature was infamous for its enormous size and elusiveness. As the evening sun dipped below the horizon, Ethan found himself in deep conversation with a fellow passenger, Dr. Linda Gray, a marine biologist. They shared stories of their passion for the ocean, and Linda had an idea. She suggested organizing a nighttime dive for Ethan, her eyes filled with excitement. She believed observing marine life in its natural habitat was the ideal opportunity. Ethan concurred, and together they assembled a small group of adventurous passengers who were enthusiastic about exploring the ocean's mysteries. The crew made preparations, and beneath the moonlit sky, they descended into the pitch-black depths of the sea. As they descended, the group marveled at the bioluminescent creatures that lit up the water like a surreal underwater light show. Tiny, glowing organisms danced around them, creating an otherworldly atmosphere. Ethan's heart swelled with joy, and he couldn't believe his luck. He was living his dream, surrounded by the mysterious beauty of the deep. But the tranquility of the night was shattered when a massive shadow loomed in the distance. It was the Black Beast, the legendary great white shark. Its enormous form glided through the water with a deadly grace, casting eerie silhouettes on the ocean floor. Panic spread among the divers, and Ethan could feel his heart racing, the rhythmic thump echoing in his ears. The great white shark circled them, its cold black eyes fixated on the group. The faint metallic tang of fear hung in the water as the predator's presence filled their senses. Ethan felt a mixture of fear and fascination, the adrenaline making his skin prickle with anticipation. This was the moment he had trained for, the chance to observe one of the ocean's most majestic predators up close. As the minutes passed, the shark's curiosity turned into aggression. With a lightning-fast movement, it lunged towards the group, its gaping jaws inches away from Ethan. Time seemed to slow to a crawl as Ethan saw the rows of serrated teeth gleaming in the moonlight. Ethan's heart pounded in his chest as the shark's jaws closed in on him. In a desperate bid to evade the deadly maw, he twisted his body and kicked with all his strength. The shark's teeth clamped onto his leg, sending searing pain through his body. The taste of salt water filled his mouth as he gasped for breath, and his blood clouded the water around him. Despite the agony, Ethan fought back with every ounce of strength he could muster. He instinctively reached for his dive knife, a gleaming blade that glinted eerily in the moonlight, and plunged it into the shark's flank. The predator recoiled in pain, releasing its grip on his leg. The water around them turned crimson as the injured shark thrashed in agony. The chaos continued as Linda and the others rushed to Ethan's side, pulling him away from the wounded shark. Captain Reynolds and the crew quickly devised a plan to deter the relentless predator. They released a stream of air bubbles and noise, using underwater flares to create a dazzling display of light and sound. The combination of sensory overload confused the shark, and it finally veered away, disappearing into the depths. As they ascended to the surface, Ethan's leg was mangled, and he clung to consciousness, his vision blurred. The taste of salt water lingered in his mouth, and the pain throbbed relentlessly. The cruise ship's medical team rushed to his aid, providing immediate care. The ordeal had left its mark on him, both physically and mentally, the memories of the nightmarish encounter still vivid in his mind. In the end, Ethan survived the encounter with the Black Beast, but his dream of exploring the ocean had come at a high cost. The cruise ship changed its course, heading back to the Florida coast. The incident served as a stark reminder of the untamed beauty and danger of the ocean, a place where wonder and terror coexisted in a delicate balance. Back on board, Ethan reflected on the incredible and terrifying experience he had endured. Black Beast had shown him the fine line between fascination and fear, and it was a lesson he would carry with him for the rest of his life. As the cruise ship returned to port, Ethan's injury would heal with time. Still, the memory of that fateful night would forever haunt his dreams, a reminder that even in the vastness of the ocean, Nature held the ultimate power. In the sweltering summer of 2002, the coastal town of Lexham Beach Park, Florida, basked under an unrelenting sun, casting long, sinewy shadows on the golden, sandy shores. The Johnson family, consisting of David, Emma, and their vibrant 13-year-old son Alex, had embarked on a much-anticipated vacation by the sea. Little did they know that their idyllic day at the beach would soon descend into a harrowing ordeal that would forever haunt their memories. David Johnson, a dedicated accountant in his mid-30s, was a man of stoic strength. His imposing frame and piercing gaze concealed a gentle heart that beat fiercely for his family. Emma, a compassionate schoolteacher with a warm smile and a heart full of love for her family, was the calming presence that balanced David's protective instincts. Alex, their energetic and inquisitive son, was the embodiment of youthful exuberance. His bright eyes sparkled with excitement as he built intricate sandcastles and collected colorful seashells. The world was a place of wonder and endless possibilities for him, and his parents cherished every moment of his boundless curiosity. As the family settled upon the sun-drenched shores, the crystalline waters of the Atlantic Ocean stretched before them like an endless abyss. Glistening like a vast expanse of sapphire, it beckoned them to wade in and relish the cool embrace of the sea. The yearning for adventure and relaxation converged into this coastal paradise, wrapping the Johnsons in its illusion of tranquility. Yet beneath the picturesque facade, an unsettling uneasiness began to creep into the atmosphere. Locals had whispered tales of a shadow lurking beneath the waves, a creature of the deep, a great white shark. Though such sightings were rare, the ominous reputation of these apex predators weighed heavily on the minds of the beachgoers. The tranquility of the day was brutally shattered when a collective gasp swept through the beach. A lifeguard's whistle shrilled through the air, and beachgoers' joyful chatter transformed into terrified cries. A monstrous dorsal fin, the unmistakable emblem of a great white shark, sliced through the surface, its presence casting a chilling pall over the sun-drenched haven. Panic washed over the crowd as they frantically called their loved ones to shore. David scooped up Alex in his arms, his heart pounding in his chest as he fought against the surge of the incoming tide. The lifeguards rushed into action, herding people to safety. The great white circled ominously, a silent predator beneath the surface, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. The Johnson family's worst nightmare had become a chilling reality, and their conflict unfolded in a terrifying crescendo. Desperation and fear enveloped the beach as the minutes ticked away. David and Emma, their faces etched with terror, clung to their son, their hearts pounding like drums in their chests. They knew they had to act swiftly to save Alex from the relentless jaws of the predator. The conflict was clear. Their goal was to get Alex to safety before the great white shark closed in. With their hearts racing in unison, they sprinted toward the shoreline, their feet sinking into the wet sand. The lifeguards directed them toward a nearby rescue boat, their shouts barely audible over the pounding surf. David's hands trembled as he placed Alex in the boat, his son's eyes wide with fear. As the boat sped toward the safety of the shore, the great white shark, sensing its prey escaping, surged forward. Its massive jaws clamped shut, snapping at the edge of the boat with a thunderous force. David, his fatherly instincts on overdrive, seized a nearby oar and struck the shark across the snout, forcing it to retreat momentarily. Emma, her eyes brimming with fear and determination, grabbed another oar, and together they fended off the relentless predator. The struggle was fierce and intense, as the boat rocked violently in the shark's relentless assault. The ocean seemed to boil with fury as the apex predator refused to relent. With adrenaline coursing through their veins, the Johnson family fought with every ounce of strength, their breathless cries echoing in the salty air. The great white shark, undeterred by the pain, made another vicious lunge, its massive maw opening wide. In a heart-stopping moment, David jammed the oar into the shark's gaping mouth, temporarily blinding it with pain. Amidst the chaos, David's leg became a victim of the shark's wrath, a deep and horrifying injury that left blood staining the boat and the water around them. The pain was excruciating, but David refused to yield. His family's safety was at stake, and he was determined to protect them at all costs. Emma, her hand shaking, managed to strike the shark's eye with a powerful blow, sending it into a frenzy of agony. With a final desperate push, they managed to repel the relentless predator, and the boat surged toward the shore, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting eerie shadows on the ocean. The Johnson family finally managed to reach the shore, gasping for breath and drenched in sweat. Their conflict had reached its heart-stopping climax, the battle for survival won by a mere fraction of a second. The great white shark, thwarted in its pursuit, slipped back into the depths, vanishing as quickly as it had appeared. Yet victory came at a great cost. David's leg bore the gruesome scars of their encounter, his blood mingling with the sand beneath him. His injuries were a brutal reminder of the day they had faced the relentless predator of the deep. The resolution of their story unfolded with a sigh of relief, but it was marred by the physical and emotional scars they would carry forever. While the Johnson family had survived their terrifying encounter, they knew that their lives had been forever altered by the relentless power of the natural world and the indomitable spirit of a family united in the face of unspeakable terror. In the inky depths of the Pacific Ocean, off the coast of a remote fishing village known as hues, a fearless diver named Edward Steve embarked on a daring rescue mission. His objective: to locate the long-lost wreckage of a ship that had vanished without a trace nearly 3 decades ago. This vessel, called the Mermaid's Fate, had become a local legend, its tale whispered around campfires and passed down through generations. Edward Steve, a man of unwavering courage and relentless determination, was driven by an insatiable curiosity and an unshakable belief that the ship held secrets that could rewrite the history of hues. As he descended into the fathomless depths of the ocean, the icy embrace of the water closed around him. It was the year 2017, and the setting was the frigid waters of the Pacific, a place where legends merged with reality. The wreck of the Mermaid's Fate was rumored to lie within a treacherous underwater canyon, a place where reality blurred with myth. As Edward swam deeper, the outlines of the ship began to take shape before his eyes. The ship, once a majestic vessel, was now an eerie relic of the past, shrouded in barnacles and surrounded by curious fish. But Edward's mission was far from solitary. By his side was his childhood friend, Sophia Reynolds, a skilled marine biologist who shared his determination. Their arrival at the wreck marked the beginning of a series of ominous events. As they explored the decaying remnants of the ship, an unsettling feeling gripped them. Suddenly, a shadow eclipsed the fading light, and a colossal shape emerged from the shadows. The great white shark, a true leviathan of the ocean, was no figment of myth. It was all too real. With jagged teeth and lifeless eyes, it circled Edward and Sophia, sizing them up as potential prey. The conflict had begun, an intense, deadly dance between man and beast, a fight for survival in the unforgiving depths of the ocean. Edward and Sophia understood that they had to find a way to outmaneuver the relentless predator and fulfill their mission. They sought to elude the shark's ceaseless pursuit, seeking refuge among the wreckage of the Mermaid's Fate. With each encounter, their understanding of the creature grew, revealing a hidden vulnerability, a scar on the shark's flank, a vestige of a previous clash with another predator. As the tension mounted, Edward and Sophia devised a daring plan to confront the shark head-on. Armed with makeshift weapons fashioned from debris, they lured the beast into a meticulously prepared trap. Their first encounter with the shark in close combat was a harrowing scene. Edward, armed with a sharp piece of wreckage, faced off against the relentless predator. The great white lunged with incredible speed and fury, its gaping jaws inches from Edward's legs. With a swift and desperate maneuver, Edward thrust the improvised weapon into the shark's gaping maw. Blood clouded the water as the wounded predator retreated, leaving behind a trail of crimson. But the battle was far from over. The shark, wounded and furious, returned with renewed aggression. Sophia fought valiantly by Edward's side, her knowledge of marine life and her quick thinking aiding in their struggle. Together they repelled the relentless assaults of the apex predator, their hearts pounding with adrenaline. The confrontation continued for what felt like an eternity, a relentless clash of man and beast in the deep, dark abyss. Each encounter pushed them to the brink of exhaustion, but their resolve remained unshaken. Finally, in a climactic showdown, Edward and Sophia executed their plan with precision. The shark, injured and disoriented, found itself ensnared in a web of debris and netting. Desperation and rage filled its cold, lifeless eyes as it thrashed violently. In the end, with a final, well-aimed strike, Edward dealt the decisive blow, incapacitating the shark. It thrashed one last time before sinking into the depths, vanquished. Edward emerged from the ordeal victorious but injured. His right arm bore the marks of a close encounter with the predator's teeth, a painful reminder of their epic struggle. As they returned to the surface, their breathtaking tale of survival and triumph spread throughout Hinsani, becoming a new legend in its own right. The village celebrated, and the truth of the mermaid's fate was finally unveiled, a story of courage and resilience that would be passed down through the ages. In the end, Edward had not only uncovered the mysteries of the lost ship, but had also discovered something even more profound, a bond forged in the crucible of danger, and a deeper understanding of the enigmas that lurked beneath the untamed waves of the ocean.